The minimum wage will increase by 3.5% from July 1st, following the Fair Work Commission's annual review of the minimum wage and award agreements. Now, Alicia Barry is back with me. Alicia, what details do you have on this pay increase for more than 3 million Australians?
Yeah, so almost 3 million Australians will get that 3.5% pay increase from the 1st of July, as you said, Gemma. The minimum wage will increase from $24.10 an hour to $24.94 an hour. Now, a full-time worker will see their annual wage go from $49,770 to $51,115 per year. Now, the federal government had called for an economic sustainable real wage increase, and it's probably fair to say that's what we have received, given that that 3.5% increase is bang in the middle of what the business groups, being Australian Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the like, along with the Retailers Association, were broadly calling for about 2.5%, and what the ACTU or the unions were calling for, which was 4.5%. The inflation rate running at 2.4% means this 3.5% increase is a substantial real wage increase, and in the middle of what those sort of two ends of the spectrum were calling for. I mean, it comes after the minimum wage and the minimum awards increased by 3.75% last year, so slightly less than last year's increase. That had really been due to the fact that higher inflation was pushing those real wages backwards in comparison. But with inflation sitting at 2.4%, this is a reasonable real wages increase for those workers.
Alicia, who's most affected by the decision?
Yeah, so of course these are the people that are earning minimum wages and minimum award wages in the country, and it's around a fifth of Australian workers who typically are on these types of salaries. 20.7% of employees are on awards. This will make up around 10.5% of the national wages bill, which will be affected directly. Now, the industry sectors that are typically on these minimum or award wages are probably not surprising, those in the accommodation and food services, hospitality, healthcare, social assistance, retail, administrative and support services. So they account for around 2/3 of all of the award wages, modern award reliant employees.
And Alicia, what's happening on the market?
Well, we're seeing a pretty strong start on the Australian share market today. It is not affected by this wages decision at all. That's outside of the realms of the investors' sort of minds. We're seeing the energy sector and the mining sector really lead the All Ords and the ASX 200 index higher. They're currently up about 2/3% each.